Welcome, class. This is Brother Wynn to Lesson 6, which is on time management. And in our lesson this week, we will look at ways we can better use our time and manage our time. Our study skill for this week is learning how to summarize. We'll learn how to summarize short articles. We'll learn how to summarize books and magazines or movies that we've watched or that we've read. President Monson gives us our doctrinal introduction, and our doctrinal introduction is again on time management. President Monson says, "It is not the number of hours you put in, but what you put in the hours that count." So we'll always be looking back at President Monson's quote as we work throughout this week. Okay, let's look at Lesson 6, the schedule that we have for this week. Again, following the same pattern, please make sure you work with your speaking partner and your peer discussion partner and have those reports in by Saturday. Our pre-gathering assignments again follow the same pattern. We'll look at the scripture study for this week is in Genesis, so I'll pull that up here. In Genesis, we'll look at chapter 1 and chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. You'll have some vocabulary words that go along with this, but we'll look at the creation as we start to study Genesis chapter 1. Our hymn for this week is "I Will Follow God's Plan." And this is not from the hymn book, but this is from the children's hymn book, and it's on page 164. Not too many words that we'll be learning with this, but just a wonderful hymn that we should memorize. Then on Thursday, please make sure you attend your gatherings. And if you want to make a comment, you can in the gathering discussion board. I've had a couple of questions about gatherings that maybe I could talk to you a little bit about. The purpose of them, and mainly about what happens if I miss a gathering. First of all, I can excuse a gathering if there's an emergency that comes up in your life. And also, the missionaries can cancel a gathering, so that will not affect your grade. But if you miss a gathering due to work or other issues, then I will have to not give you credit for the gathering. The gathering is absolutely critical as we look at the process of learning at BYU. And maybe you haven't read it, or maybe you have, in the notes from instructor, it talks about the process of learning about preparing, teach one another, and then prove and ponder. The teach one another is what happens at the gatherings. Also, it's a part of your residency in order to be a student at BYU Idaho. So it's absolutely critical that you're there. Again, if there's an emergency or the missionaries cancel that gathering, then the gathering is excused and it will not affect your grade. Let's move on to the post-gathering. Make sure you get your attendance report. I'll look at your discussion board activities. You have to have one comment from yourself, and then you can respond to 3 other individuals in your group. Make sure you do your application activity, vocabulary quiz, then submit your listening and speaking log. Make sure you get your learning report in, and then if you'd like to, there's some lesson enhancement options for you. So let's have a great week this upcoming week, and I look forward to visiting with you on the discussion board and also through email and grading your papers. Take care, and we'll see you next week.